Imagine an existence where financial stress is a distant memory, where you relish in financial freedom, emotional satisfaction, and genuine happiness. It sounds like a dream, doesn't it? But this dream can become your reality today. In this day and age, we delve into 8 Stoic habits necessary to stop merely existing as less fortunate. It's not just about accumulating wealth, but also about cultivating a mindset that fosters prosperity, peace, and positivity. These habits have the power to transform lives, and I assure you, by the end of this video, your perspective on finances and life as a whole will change. Why should you pay attention? Because the intention is not just to exist, but to live fully and thrive. Stay with us as the journey towards financial independence and enrichment unfolds. Let's start with one habit: avoiding exceeding our financial resources. The first lesson, though it may seem logical, is often overlooked. Every day, we're tempted by alluring advertisements that encourage us to consume various products, whether it's the latest smartphone model or fashionable clothing. The temptation to spend money on unnecessary items is significant, and without realizing it, we'd often find ourselves living paycheck to paycheck, accumulating mounting debts. This vicious cycle of consumption is a common trap. Self-control is a crucial aspect of Stoicism. This philosophy teaches us not to succumb to desires and not to let material objects dictate our happiness. Instead, we should strive to find satisfaction in what we already possess and resist the constant desire for more. This doesn't mean we can't indulge ourselves occasionally, but these indulgences should be made consciously. Considering our financial situation, it starts with discerning between what we need and what we want. Essentials for life, such as food, shelter, and basic clothing, are necessities. Desires, on the other hand, are items we would like to have but are not essential, such as cutting-edge technology, designer clothing, or luxury cars. Understanding this difference allows us to make more conscious decisions. Think about the story of the tortoise and the hare. In the race of life, we prefer not to be the hare, consuming our resources quickly and recklessly, but rather the tortoise, progressing more thoughtfully and cautiously. It's about prudence and discernment. Living well involves making sensible decisions to live comfortably without constant financial stress or uncertainty. Building a solid foundation for the future means having enough savings to handle unforeseen events, being free from debt, and having financial freedom to have more time for leisure activities or even start your own business. Imagine being able to retire peacefully without fear of depleting your savings. All of this is possible if you live within your means. Implementing this habit requires discipline and can be challenging, especially if you're accustomed to impulsive spending. But the peace of mind that comes with financial stability is worth the effort. Taking the first step towards financial independence involves assessing your spending habits, distinguishing between needs and wants, and committing to responsible financial practices. This is the strength of the first lesson of Stoicism. It's not just about finances, it's about shaping a mindset that leads to a thriving and fulfilling life. And this is just the beginning. Stay with us as we explore other habits on our journey towards financial independence and personal growth. Now, let's move on to the second important habit: paying attention to your personal financial situation, following our first lesson on how to live through Stoicism. Imagine living in a world where financial stress is a distant memory, where you enjoy financial freedom, emotional satisfaction, and genuine happiness. It sounds like a dream, doesn't it? But this dream can become your reality today. In this day and age, we explore 8 Stoic habits necessary to stop living as less fortunate beings. It's not just about accumulating wealth, but about forming a mindset that contributes to prosperity, peace, and positivity. These habits can change lives, and I assure you that by the end of this video, your perspective on finances and life in general will change. So why should you pay attention? Because the intention is not just to exist, but to live fully and thrive. Stay with us as we embark on the journey towards financial independence and enrichment. Let's talk about the first habit: avoiding exceeding your financial resources. Though it may seem logical, it's often overlooked. Every day, we're tempted by enticing advertisements prompting us to consume various products, whether it's the latest smartphone model or fashionable clothing. The temptation to spend money on unnecessary items is great, and without realizing it, we often find ourselves just living to pay bills, accumulating growing debts. This vicious cycle of consumption is a common trap. Self-control is a key aspect of Stoicism. This philosophy teaches us not to succumb to desires and not to let material objects dictate our happiness. Instead, we should strive to find satisfaction in what we already possess and resist the constant desire for more. This doesn't exclude the possibility of occasionally indulging ourselves, but these indulgences should be made consciously. Considering our financial situation, it starts with making a distinction between what we need and what we want. Blaming external factors for your financial troubles doesn't solve the situation. Rather, it perpetuates the cycle of financial difficulties. Remember, control over your finances is in your hands. Let Stoic philosophy guide you in seeking financial knowledge and independence. Take note of your money, take responsibility for it, and use it as a tool to build the life you desire. So don't neglect your finances and start treating them with the attention and respect they deserve, following our first habit. The habit 3 doesn't associate happiness with material wealth. This is an important milestone in our pursuit of enriching life. In our culture, we're often led to believe that happiness is tied to material possessions, assuming that the more we have, the happier we'll be. However, Stoicism, based on logic, perspective, and virtue, offers a unique perspective on this issue. This philosophy teaches us that true happiness lies in virtue. You may ask, does virtue relate to wealth or happiness? The connection runs deep because Stoic virtue is the highest good. A virtuous life, based on wisdom, courage, justice, self-discipline, and ethics, represents the highest form of happiness. Unlike material possessions, virtue is within our control, not subject to external factors or volatility. What we have and who we are, and how we lead our lives, are numerous testimonies of discontented millionaires and ordinary people who find joy in simplicity. Your bank account isn't a measure of happiness. What truly matters is the quality of your character and your actions. Moreover, material possessions are ephemeral, but happiness is eternal. The continuous pursuit of more goods is akin to running on a treadmill. There's movement, but no real progress. Conversely, when one seeks wealth in wisdom, experience, and relationships, they find enduring satisfaction. Acquired knowledge, life experiences, and universal love are treasures that continue to enrich life, unlike material possessions. Additionally, Stoicism urges us to appreciate what we have. Gratitude is considered a form of wealth cultivation. In short, the perception of wealth and happiness is crucial. It's about seeking internal rather than external validation, understanding that true wealth isn't about ownership but about being. Rejecting the idea that wealth equals happiness may be necessary for achieving true satisfaction. As the Stoic philosopher Cicero taught, it's not having less but wanting more that makes one poor. This leads us to the next lesson, habit 4, embrace and utilize opportunities. The word risk often evokes worry or caution, emotions that can hinder us from reaching our full potential. Stoicism teaches us that courage is essential. Fear of failure or encountering obstacles shouldn't deter us from taking well-thought-out risks. But you may wonder, what risk? To put it briefly, what truly sets successful people apart from others is their courage to take risks. They step out of their comfort zones, embracing uncertainty and facing challenges head-on. By doing so, they acknowledge that these risks lead to growth, mastery, and ultimately, success. For you, it means reevaluating your perception of risk. Instead of viewing it as a potential threat, see it as an opportunity for growth. Adopt a mindset that sees challenges as steps toward success. Consider the example of an explorer preparing for an expedition. They face dangers venturing into unfamiliar territories, encountering adverse conditions and unforeseen problems. However, by embracing these risks, they have the chance to discover new horizons, learn from unique experiences, and perhaps find unexpected treasures. This process of venturing into the unknown and overcoming obstacles can lead to extraordinary discoveries and personal growth. Similarly, in the financial aspect, taking risks may involve investing in innovative projects, exploring new career paths, or choosing to save and invest resources instead of immediately spending them for instant gratification. There's a chance things may not go as planned, but there's also the potential for remarkably positive outcomes. However, discussing risk doesn't mean acting recklessly. Stoicism advocates for calculated and reasonable risks based on knowledge, understanding, and a clear grasp of your specific situation. Each decision we make involves some degree of risk. But by facing these risks head-on and not shying away from them, we open doors to countless opportunities, develop, and move closer to achieving our goals of financial independence, personal improvement, and overall satisfaction. Through these risks, let's bravely navigate this path, allowing them to transform and shape us into more evolved, wise, and successful versions of ourselves. Each risk we encounter is a breakthrough toward our goals. Every obstacle overcome lays the foundation for our financial prosperity. Speaking of taking positive initiatives, here's another one you can embrace right now. Join us on this journey of evolution and prosperity based on the fourth habit. Let's not underestimate personal growth. We emphasize the importance of continuous evolution and development. Analogous to a tree that expands and grows, we must strive for our personal improvement. Personal growth entails becoming the best version of yourself. It involves taking the time and effort to broaden your horizons, refine your skills, and care for your well-being. Like an app that requires constant updates to maintain its relevance and effectiveness, we need continuous learning and upskilling to remain competitive in today's dynamic world. A common obstacle is the comfort zone, a safe and familiar space, but one that limits growth. Stoicism compares the comfort zone to a dark and unchanging cave, isolated and restrictive. In contrast, stepping out of the comfort zone is like climbing a mountain. The path may be steep and challenging, filled with uncertainty and risks. But as you overcome these obstacles, you reach new heights, enjoy broader perspectives, and experience significant personal growth. Personal development is more than a privilege, it's a necessity. This implies that we must have the courage to leave our comfort zone and embark on a path of continuous learning. If we stop learning, we risk becoming obsolete. Just as a shark must keep moving to survive, we must remain active in learning to stay relevant and competitive. Investing in ourselves is a key aspect of personal growth. It can involve additional education, participation in seminars, seeking mentors, or dedicating time to reading and expanding knowledge. These investments can significantly impact our career, relationships, and quality of life. Stoic self-discipline also plays a crucial role in making the right decisions for personal growth. It's not about sacrifices, but about making decisions that align with our long-term goals. Personal development is a continuous journey, not a destination. By embracing the Stoic principle of learning and continuous growth, we channel our energy into becoming a better version of ourselves every day. Underestimating personal development is a mistake. Invest in yourself and watch how your life changes for the better. As we continue our journey following Stoic teachings, we discover vital principles that help us avoid shifting responsibility onto others. This principle, one of the fundamental tenets of Stoic philosophy, emphasizes the importance of personal responsibility and autonomy in improving our financial health and quality of life. It's crucial for us to acknowledge our role in situations where we've blamed others. But why is this so important? We live in a society that often prefers to place responsibility for our problems on third parties. By doing so, we relinquish our control and influence over our own lives, becoming passive spectators rather than active agents in our own story. The idea of blaming others might offer temporary relief, but ultimately, by holding others responsible for our financial problems or failures, we surrender our power to affect change, learn, and grow. Stoicism proposes the opposite approach, urging us to take responsibility for our decisions, actions, and consequently, the course of our lives. Embracing this perspective transforms us from mere observers into active architects of our destiny, placing ourselves at the helm and guiding our lives toward where we truly desire. Consider, for instance, accumulating significant credit card debt. It would be easy to blame high interest rates or societal pressure to consume, but in reality, the decision to use the card was ours. Acknowledging this doesn't entail sinking into feelings of guilt and self-loathing. Instead, it means giving ourselves the chance to learn from mistakes and make better decisions in the future. Assuming personal responsibility means recognizing that our financial situation directly reflects our choices and actions. Yes, external factors exert influence, but our response to these factors is even more defining. Take recent global events, for example. Many face severe financial setbacks, but some use this period for personal development, acquiring new skills, or starting businesses, creating new income streams. This is the power of personal responsibility. It enables us to adapt, innovate, and overcome any difficulties. This principle also applies to the dichotomy. We cannot control the economy, job market, or inflation, but we can certainly manage our consumer habits, our relationship with money, and our commitment to financial education and personal growth. Abandoning the habit of blaming others is not just a principle. It's the best decision you'll make. It's about leadership, learning from mistakes, and a constant drive for improvement. Understand that the key to financial freedom and a fulfilling life lies within ourselves. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, we are disturbed not by things, but by our views of them. Rejecting living up to others' expectations prompts us to live according to our individual values rather than conforming to societal standards or expectations. In today's digital age, the pressure to meet others' expectations is heightened. We often behave in ways that lead to an unnatural lifestyle that doesn't reflect our true essence, all in the pursuit of approval or acceptance from others. Such behavior also affects our approach to wealth and finances. We often strive to emulate the lavish lifestyle of the rich and famous, aspiring to have our own possessions, social status, and level of luxury, often jeopardizing our financial health in the process. The Stoic principle of autonomy urges us to resist the temptation to live to please others. Instead, we should focus on our personal path to financial independence. Like a marathon runner focuses on their own race, we must strive to achieve our financial goals, avoiding distractions from the finances of others. But how do we apply this principle in practice? First and foremost, it's important to know yourself, your values and aspirations, and what financial success means to you. What are your financial goals? Having a clear understanding of your financial goals is crucial. Then develop a financial plan aligned with these goals that is realistic and individualized, not dependent on the actions or possessions of others. Additionally, maintaining resilience is key. There will always be pressure from society to live to please others. However, remember that your path is unique, and your journey to financial independence and success belongs to you alone. Embracing this principle requires time, patience, perseverance, and deep personal reflection. Nevertheless, the rewards are significant. By freeing yourself from the expectations of others, you gain control not only over your finances, but also over your life. You begin to live authentically with less stress and greater happiness. Don't let social pressure influence your financial decisions. Live according to your own values and let them guide your path to financial independence. Remember, the real race is against yourself, accepting and adapting to the inevitable changes that occur. However, Stoicism teaches us to welcome changes and adapt to them, understanding the ephemeral nature of life and adjusting accordingly. It is in our ability to adapt that we find true prosperity. Seasons change, tides ebb and flow, the sun rises and sets. These are all examples of the constant variability inherent in life. Much like how a river is always in motion, life is also in constant flux. We must learn to evolve with it, flowing with the current rather than against it. In the realm of finance, this principle points to the fact that economic scenarios are constantly changing. Sectors emerge while others decline, interest rates fluctuate, and the job market evolves. The only constant is uncertainty. The real challenge is not to resist change, but to learn to adapt to it, to overcome resistance to change. It is crucial to shift our mindset early on, to recognize that despite the challenges, changes can open doors for us. Just as a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly through changes, it is this transformation that gives it wings. Additionally, staying informed reduces the fear that often underlies resistance to change. Stay abreast of economic trends, investment opportunities, and effective financial practices. Knowledge is the compass that will help you navigate the ocean of change. Also, maintain a balanced perspective. Understand that changes can bring both benefits and losses. Just as a coin has two sides, so do changes. Losing a job may lead to a more lucrative career, a failed venture can offer valuable lessons, and financial setbacks can cultivate resilience and creativity. Finally, be flexible. Facing change with rigidity is like subjecting a rigid tree to a storm. It's prone to destruction. A flexible tree, however, bends with the wind and survives the storm. Similarly, flexibility in your financial plans, career choices, and investment strategies can help you weather economic upheavals. Remember, the world is in a constant state of flux, and you are the protagonist. With the right mindset, knowledge, perspective, and flexibility, you can paint a picture of financial prosperity and personal fulfillment. Embracing change isn't just about financial success. It's about a life full of growth, learning, and evolution. It's about breaking new chapters in life and unlocking your true potential. So embrace change, for it is the path to true freedom and self-realization. I sincerely hope this message has been helpful to you. I want to congratulate you on reaching the end of this video, which means you're committed to personal improvement. If you enjoyed the video, leave a comment. If you're not sure what to comment, just write comments. I'm here to know that you've reached the end. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now and join us. Thank you for your attention. Until next time.